When you add the Jack Headhunter conversion kit to the Rival 9, it actually makes it one of the fastest killing SMGs, allowing you to one burst the enemies from over 25 meters. So I sauced up the #1 class for it and got some nasty MGBs. I am so sorry for waiting this long to make a video on this thing. This is actually incredible. I didn't realize how good the burst version of the Rival is. So the Jack Headhunter, we know, turns it into that 3-round burst. It's going to increase the damage range by a ton, and then it's also going to be doing 66 damage to the head. The player health is 150, so as long as you get some headshots in there, you are going to be able to get that one burst kill. Because it's a burst weapon, if you don't kill them in the one burst, it's actually going to kill a little bit slower than the other SMGs, and that's why you don't see like everybody rocking this thing. Another part of this thing that's going to increase is that bolt velocity. It's going to make it so it's more in the AR range, so then your hit registration, everything is just going to feel very smooth with the gun. We also do get a lot of recoil control. Just the biggest con is that we're losing a lot of our mobility and the handling, so a bunch of this build is to mitigate those cons. Before that though, I just want to show you guys that the gun is still pretty shaky. Like the Rival, if you don't add a certain attachment, it is just very shaky. Although you can get away with it on like the smaller maps and stuff like that. You can literally just throw on the no stock, max out mobility. It's just that the enemies are at like, 15, 25 meters, which is where you can really, pop off with this weapon. It's going to be a little bit hard to hit them. So that's why I'm going to be adding the Quartermaster. I did try out some other attachments, but nothing was better than the Quartermaster. It gives you that gun kick control, and this thing just has a lot of gun kick. We also just get some base recoil control. It's going to keep you off the radar. We are losing a little bit of our mobility, so the ADS speed is on the slower end of things, but once we get the whole build together, it's going to feel very fast. You're going to feel very mobile on the map. Let me show you guys real quick that this thing is pretty simple to use now. You can use it up to long range. You're just going to be running out of ammo occasionally, so we are going to be adding a 40 round mag onto this, again hurting the mobility a bunch, but you guys are going to see the final build's going to be perfectly fine. If you don't want to add the magazine, that's actually good, because then you get a free attachment on there. By the way, if you want all of your guns maxed out day 1 of Black Ops 6 dropping, make sure you check out my long-term sponsor Guapsi. They will play in your account to legitimately unlock basically anything you want. This also applies to zombies and Warzone, plus a bunch of other games. So if you don't have time to level up all your guns, or you just want the mastery camos day 1, make sure you go to guapsi.com. I'll have their link down in the description. Just make sure you bookmark or save the website so you can be first in line. For the next attachment, typically we would add a barrel, but you guys can see we actually can't add a barrel anymore, which makes sense because this thing, basically builds in a barrel into the gun. We're going to be going over to the stock, and I noticed I have all the recoil control stocks. You're typically going to want to add the MTZ Marauder stock, and this is going to add all the recoil control you need. From here, you can literally just max out mobility. It's going to give you that gun kick control, more aim and auto stability, making it easy to hit that first shot, and that fire and aiming stability really does help. I thought maybe for the burst weapons you wouldn't really need the fire and aiming stability, but it really does help out the gun, more so I like those medium range engagements. Again, losing so much of our mobility, so I guess a lot of this build isn't really increasing the mobility. It's just you guys saw that this gun really does shake around a lot. Now we have a lot of range, and you're supposed to play a little bit slower, use it at range, and this stock really just makes the gun easy to use, and then that muzzle's just gonna keep you off the radar, and now you're not really running out of ammo too much. And just overall, I guess the base amount of mobility on the Rival is already pretty good, so that's why it still feels very good at the moment. But for me, I'm gonna be going over to the underbarrel, and I'm gonna be adding the DR6 hand stop. I saw someone leave a comment of a build. They had like the Jack Slash and the Paracord. These ones are good. Like the Jack Slash is definitely a good option if you want to feel very light, because it increases your tactical sprint speed and your just base sprint speed, as well as giving you a little bit of recoil control, so it's easier to use the gun at long range. The Paracord grip also gives you a lot of recoil control. This thing just has a decent amount of vertical, to where the Jack Slash actually makes the gun a little bit easier to use, but then you have a faster sprint to fire speed and things. Overall though, I was doing a lot better with the DR6 hand stop, because it allows you to strafe faster. You can ADS a little bit faster, and your sprint to fire speed's pretty good. Typically for the ADS speed for like SMGs, I like to keep it below like 225 milliseconds, and since your true sprint to fire is actually your ADS speed. And so this is the build I'm rocking in today's double MGB gameplay. You do not want to miss it. Take a screenshot of this class. Again, you could take off the underbarrel or the magazine. You can increase the damage range even more. I've been actually using the high velocity a lot, but the velocity is already pretty good, so you don't really need that. It's actually helpful to increase the damage range. Just keep in mind there's going to be a little bit more recoil on the gun. The rear grips, you could add the Rival Vice if you want to have more recoil control, but I don't really think you need it. Or you could add an optic. So if you're going to add anything, take off the underbarrel, add an optic if you want. But this is the one I like. You guys see the rest of my perks. We got the Akimbo Uzis today, and let's get into it. Yo, and today we're going to be mixing it up a little bit. We got a new map that you guys have never seen, and a new gun that you guys have never seen, especially if you play ranked play. Got the Rival. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's go absolutely crazy. We already got the enemies submitting to us. They're... Oh, what's up, buddy? Dude, I did not realize this thing is a 3-shot kill. Whoa, okay. I should have died yesterday. I fucked up the movement 3 times to the power of 2, and I still got the kills. These guys are great. Okay. The Sunny shipping, the one thing I don't like about it, it's a little bit faded in certain areas. I want it to be more vibrant. But then again, I can just turn up the vibrance on my monitor. Speaking of monitors, if you don't have a QLED one, okay, I haven't played Call of Duty all day. I'm a little bit rusty. No, dude, fuck! That's when the burst messes you up, is that you can't really just like spray onto the enemy. You gotta like, you know, you have that burst delay that kind of fucks you over, which is a little bit weird to get used to. And that's kind of like the drawback of the gun compared to using one in full auto. And you know, this thing's stronger, but if you miss your burst, you're kind of done for. Like I was saying though, the QLED monitors, they are absolutely incredible. I'm fucking up all my movement. This is what happens when I don't play Call of Duty for a day. I just forget how to. No, the wrong ammo. My gun is okay. I was gonna say, but brother, if I grab the wrong ammo and my gun is gone, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, I gotta be careful to not shoot the jack-o'-lanterns or the jack-o'-lantern every single time I shoot it, and it does that scary thing. Bro, even if I'm ready for it, it still freaks me out, and then it gets you like one shot. No. There's someone behind me. Oh, I'm trying to commentate. I just want to talk about my monitor. Maybe I get the MGB, and then I'll talk about the QLED monitor of how insane they are. Game changer. Bro, this gun, this class, game changer. I really wish I'd made videos on this like months ago. Incredible gun. Alright, just basically get them all weak and then we're good to go. We got them still top right corner. I don't want to capture the objective too much. It seems like nobody's really capturing it. No! He spawned in me! Nah, that's fucked up. Okay, so the monitor, the QLED, makes your screen so unbelievably glossy. So I'm like upgrading a bunch of stuff for Black Ops 6, and like now I'm finally like in a position where I can do so. Last year and the year before and just growing up and everything, I just, you know, couldn't really get what I wanted when I needed it. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest in myself. I got the dual PC, just arrived today. BR Paradox actually accidentally sent me a 4090 GPU when they weren't supposed to do that. So I, you know, I did the honest thing and I was like, yo, you guys accidentally sent me a 4090 when I didn't order a 4090. I already got a 4090 in this PC and I ordered a 4070 Ti, and I'm just gonna like swap it out basically. And so they accidentally did that for me, and I could have lied. But I feel like it's just not good to do that. And it's like a BR Paradox and they work in the scene. I just don't like to fuck over companies and things like that. So sent them an email and they're like, oh, thank you. Yeah, can you return that ASAP? Well, not ASAP, but can you return that shit? So I just gotta send the GPU back, which the GPU they package separately. They never actually put it in the main build when they ship it off to you, just because it can, like, you know, break in the shipping. So it's pretty simple. I just, you know, ship the box back out. Get off. Teammate, why are you trying to knife me? I have so much bad PTSD of the enemies just harassing me with knives, and then my teammates are doing the same thing. And so I got a QLED monitor, 27-inch, 1440. I can't even breathe. I genuinely cannot breathe right now. I'm scared to move at all because I know the enemies are going to spawn in me. We're on an 18 gun streak. Let's call in the swarm. I need to take off the munitions box and just make and put on a trophy system. Some lobbies you don't need to, but 90% of the time you have to use a trophy system. They're playing shipment, but they're just not checking the corner. They're just gonna die over and over in the same spawn, not change anything that they're doing. Damn, that swarm's going in. Oh, the swarm, like, okay, so they have spawn protection, so they can like spawn into it, but it slows them down a bunch, so that actually works out very well. Okay, we got that. Ooh, we're on 27. I've tried to talk about this monitor for a bit. I still haven't, but. Bro, see, you move forward for a second and they spawn right there. There's an MG motherfucking beat. Let's go, boys. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's go. Okay. This monitor, 27-inch, 1440p, QLED, absolutely incredible. I always thought it was kind of like overhyped to where I just never got one. Like I upgraded to a 1440p And then like 2 months later, they came out with the QLED, and I was a little bit salty. And I didn't really need an upgrade at all. And I just couldn't really afford it at all. So, never upgraded to it. And now that I'm looking, like, if I put my two 27-inch monitors, 1440p side by side, this one's night and day different. So insanely glossy. That's like the best way I can describe it. Everything's just glossier, smoother. Oh, this one's actually 360 hertz. Just because that guy's shooting my body, but I'm about to drop a nuke on him. Then I canceled the order immediately because I saw that there was one that was 360 hertz, and I was like, well, if I'm already spending a lot, if I'm already at a 9 of spending, might as well go to a 10, and it's all tax write-offs and stuff like that. Oh, he's so pissed about the swarms. Bro, that's actually funny. I feel like I should move my face cam or something, so then you guys can like see like who's talking. You guys can hear him, but holy fuck, chew with the nades. I know I got like 19 swarms back to back, but like calm down. But now I just want to get more swarms, and then he's gonna get nuked. I feel so bad. He probably just finished his homework too. So I canceled the order on the 240 hertz 1440p 27-inch QLED to get the 360 hertz. Since I have a dual PC now, that can probably get up to like 300-400 FPS, which is just insane to hear, because like I think a few years ago I barely could even afford like Xbox Live or something. Now I play on PC, but you know. So finally got a nice monitor, and if you can afford it, or you know you're in the market for a monitor, definitely look at the QLED ones. They are insanely nice. I'm not even overhyping it. Like, it's genuinely worth the $800. Well, okay, most people aren't gonna see 300. I don't even think the human eye can pick up more than 240 hertz, but I just like, you know, just the placebo effect. No, I was close to another swarm. And oh yeah, I sold. Damn it, that could have been great. Could have called in another one. He probably would have backed out though, so I just gotta make sure I don't like bully him too much. Okay, but he's just not moving at all. But yeah, if you can get basically a QLED one, preferably 1440p if your PC can run it. I am kind of curious what the consoles can do. That guy's just standing there. He just gave up. He's just shooting the bow over and over, just hoping something's gonna hit, something's gonna land. There's nothing else is. And it's insane. Like, this monitor, what I'm looking at right now, is just insane. Like, it's just so satisfying. I can look at my wallpaper forever, and my wallpaper is just the default one where it's like the campsite, like the orange tent with just the sun going down in the background. I still have the default wallpaper, and I've had it ever since I got this PC like 4 years ago now, which is kind of crazy that it's been 4 years since I got it. Whenever I got the unemployment checks, but basically everyone did the same thing. No one actually, like, you know, paid off bills or something like that. They just bought things with it. I don't really ever go in debt. I don't like the concept of debt. Like, I'll go in debt for a second. Like, I'll use a 3%, for example, I'll use my 3% Robinhood credit card, and then immediately after it settles in there, I'll just pay it off. Or after like 2 weeks, I'll just pay it off. And then, you know, I get the points and everything. And then I don't build up debt, because I don't think debt is good. You can leverage debt, but a lot of people just aren't responsible with that, so then it doesn't really work out too well. Like, for example, Dave Ramsey, great guy, shells out some great advice for people who aren't good with money and things like that. If you're good with money, you probably shouldn't listen to Dave Ramsey, but if you're good with money, you understand what Dave Ramsey is saying and why it can work out and things like that. Like, he would say never ever use a credit card, but I'm like, well, I'll use my 3% cash back credit card or my 5% cash back on groceries and then immediately pay it off. It's just a lot of people wouldn't do that. And so if you can leverage things like that, it can work out pretty well. One thing is also, when you use a credit card, typically it doesn't hurt to spend it. If you use cash and pay in full, it really hurts. And so that's why people finance cars rather than pay in full. You know, you just gotta be able to have the good mindset and just be smart with it and follow the rules of money and stuff like that. And I can talk about anything, I realized. Honestly, I was gonna hop off this map, but with the QLED, I'm like really curious how this looks. And it looks great. Like, the game looks entirely different. It looks so crystal clear. Fucking mind-blowing. The only thing is that I don't like is that top left corner, it says 360 hertz. Brother, I know it's 360 hertz. I sold my legs for it. I don't know why it's probably something in the settings on there. Right on some stash house. About to pop off on here. I had a topic I was going to talk about. I think it was... Bro, what the fuck, JD? JD, I'm literally going to fuck up your world. You think I'm going to back out of the game? No, I'm going to drop an MG motherfucking B on your forehead. Yeah. See, right there, I don't like it. I think like up close, it's okay. In certain situations, it's good. It's just not like an overpowered meta gun. Even though statistically, it is an overpowered gun because it kills so fast. But it's like, what are the odds that you're always going to hit the head? Like right there, I thought I had perfect aim, but I still didn't get the kill. Oh, I sound very scared. I sound very nervous right now. We just got turned on completely. We got some enemies to the right. I feel like I need to use the Renetti in the single form just so I have like a full auto gun instead of like a Kimbo SMG. I mean, a Kimbo pistol. Wait, what? What makes something considered an SMG? Is it the caliber? Is it the rate of fire? All the gun nerds are just, or just the basic, the people who have basic knowledge of guns are just cringy right now, but. There you go. You kind of want to let the enemies push you as well. You don't really want to be challenging them too much. Because if you don't kill them on the first burst, I feel like you're actually killing them a little bit slower since the gun's typically a 4-shot kill. Oh, so that's why it's not like super. Bro, what the fuck, man? Holy shit. That's why it's not like a crazy meta gun. Is that if you don't kill them in the first burst, it actually kills them a little bit slower and you can't beam across the map. Like with this thing, once you're used to it and you have the meta build, you can actually just not wallbang, you can just beam people across the map. Bro, I really forgot how to speak. Like, I just stopped streaming. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't streamed in a bit. When I stream, I just talk to the camera for hours, so I get used to it. Now I'm just like recording the video and then I'm just doing a bunch of chores around the house and things like that. Like really not grinding, doing a direct. Bro, JD Hart, I'm so glad you actually pulled out an SMG. I was gonna be pissed, but like it's an honor to die by you when you use an SMG. See, with the regular rival, I would have killed them a little bit faster. Okay, we've died like 5 times. This is not normal. We need to not do that. Okay, I just need to shut the fuck up and shoot my gun. Okay, we got them top lefts. And I wrote, oh, we got them spawning right here, right in front of my face. Gotta stay on the outskirts of the map, make sure I don't die from the sides too much. Look at where my teammates are so then I can figure out what. Bro, okay, yeah, just spam it. Don't try to get that one burst kill. Don't just try to play with the gun nice, just spam that shit. And that's why you need the 40 round mag on this. Was my ping bad? It feels like my ping is off. Oh, speaking of ping, on my door today, I had a little notice from my apartment manager. A land. Bro, I can't slide. Holy shit. Bro just disappeared like a Houdini. Saying that they're gonna be upgrading the Wi-Fi, or they're gonna be like installing something into my apartment that they have to install, which I'm all for, and it's gonna make my download speed like 1.2 gigabytes. Right now it's like 1 gigabyte, but I think it's gonna make it a little bit more consistent, and the upload speed's like 800. Oh no, the download's actually like 800. The upload is like 800. When I moved in, no, that's fucked up. And you have the American flag. Oh, piece of shit human. Well, no, the American flag is good. He's a piece of shit human being for playing like that with the American flag, but he's probably just a 40-year-old with his can of Coors Light, chilling on a 70-inch TV, just trying to relax. Blue collar worker, shout out to them. Great people. So now when I moved in here, my Wi-Fi speed, my upload speed was like 45, and I was like, that is actually horrible. I really like this place because the walls are thick, and you know, we just love thick things over here. So I can basically be very loud without people hearing me. I like the location, stuff like that. Okay, we're on the 20. I gotta make sure I don't choke this. Damn. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited for Black Ops 6. Just something new. Streaming all day, every single day. Let's go. Random things landing on me. People are leaving the game. They can't handle the rival smoke. The burst rival smoke. So my Wi-Fi speed's going from like 800 up to about... Oh my god, I didn't reload. Bro, was every gun just not reloaded? Bro, I literally... It's like one thing you really gotta pay attention to is just make sure your shit is reloaded. Like, especially your secondary. Like, really pay attention to that because there's so many times where I go to swap my weapon and I just need to reload. Wait, I haven't shot the pumpkin yet. So I kind of want to call in the MGB and then do the pumpkin thing. Because it's not scary at all, you know. Totally not. Basically what I'm trying to say is that the upload went from 40, now it's going to be going up to 8. Well, it went up to 800. I'm assuming if the download they said is going to 1.2 gigs, it's probably going to be going up from there. And it's cool that that's kind of like a standard now in a lot of places. Like, it's very common to hear that there's like places with fiber, which is super sick. There's the MG motherfucking B. Let's go. Easy nukes. So one thing I'm also getting ready is like the merch line. I've been doing content for about 4 years, and I've not done any merch just because I feel like I wasn't really ready for it. I want to make sure, you know, I just feel confident about it. I find a good supplier. The quality is going to be good, something I would actually wear and things like that. So I just haven't done it. But I've gotten a couple good, you know, just basic streetwear designs and just kind of like an idea of how I want to run it. Still got to look for the right supplier. I found one, but then I realized like the material was like 50-50. It was like 50% cotton, 50 polyester. Oh, I thought I could really say that word. Damn, speech impediment kicking in. Polyester. So then I was like, oh, I guess I can't go through that company. And so I'm just looking for a company that does like 100% good cotton or like 80% cotton, 20% polyester. It's better to do all cotton, because then it's like polyester is basically like plastic, and it's not good for like the earth and landfills and shit like that. But then you could do like, there's like bad cotton that's makes it so it's not really that soft. But then if you get like good cotton, it's you know, the best quality you can basically get of clothing. But it shrinks pretty easily. It like shrinks the most. So I got to make sure I tell people, and if they get the merch, to make sure they just be careful when they wash it and stuff like that. Like, take care of it, or else it will shrink, just because it's like very natural. Preferably, I would want 100% real good cotton, which makes it more expensive, but I'd rather sell something to maybe 50 people that's less, I mean, that's more expensive, higher quality, lasting longer, better purchase, more worthwhile of your money, than selling like 100 or 150 things of merch and have it be like shit quality, and then after a few washes they're not happy with it. That makes sense. That's kind of like how I go about my clothing as well, is that I buy less clothing but higher quality, instead of buying like more quality, I mean more clothing with less quality. So instead, like, I would rather buy a $40 shirt than a couple $10, $15 shirts, and I would just slowly build up the collection and take care of it. It's just some people get bored of wearing the same clothes and things like that, so it doesn't really work out for them. But I don't really mind wearing the same shit, especially if it's just a black or white shirt and stuff like that. And if you ever have a shirt and it's just not soft after you're washing things, typically it's just like a bad cotton that they used. So your shirts should always typically like stay pretty soft. There's certain ways to actually hang your clothing and stuff like that, like sweaters. You're not supposed to, or sweaters or like long sleeves or something like that. I gotta do a little bit more research. You're not supposed to hang it, because then you'll get like bumps on the shoulders and it doesn't look that good. T-shirts, you don't really want to fold them, because then they'll be like really, they'll crease a lot. But then you can get like, they can get kind of fucked up, so you gotta buy the good hangers. Overall, I think investing in good clothing and taking care of the clothing in the right way, very beneficial. Let's call in this MGB. Let's end this game. Let's fucking go. That kind of goes with like anything in life. Typically, if you get something quality and take care of it, that's usually the move to go. Okay, I gotta shoot the pumpkin right when the MGB is dropping. Okay. Bro, that didn't work at all. Like, that really didn't work whatsoever. Fuck. Okay, well, let's see how many kills we got. We got 120 kills.